So it was so coming back home and seeing what people were making. In fact, that was what because they were
you made your first dress in the UK,
yes,
the wedding
I did.
dress.
Yes, I did. I even did bridesmaids dresses in the UK for people. Yes, and I remember my parents were looking at me like, she's making clothes in London. And I was like, mommy, yes, daddy, yes. You know, and so when I moved back home, and to be honest, I wanted to work in the bank. I actually got a job in the bank. And then things happened, and they said that I had to, you know, obviously, you know, when you're a woman, got pregnant, and then I was like, in fact, I remember that I said I had to defer the position, and they said no, that I would have to sort of fill the forms all over again. And I'm like, all over? That would be very difficult. In fact, I said to my dad that it's not nice that Nigeria, you know, the law system, they should be able
so
to
fair
do it.
To women.
Yes, and he said to me, Lanre, you're not in Africa, forget all that. If they've said that to you, that's what you have to do. And I thought, even he's a man, look at what he said to me. You know? He just sort of quickly closed everything down. So that was when I thought, okay, you know what, in the meantime, let me go into fashion and see how this is going to take me since I'm already doing something in London.
I just bought a machine. I want to take this business step by step.
Yes,
you were in school, you could make your clothes, you got the lesson from somewhere. You had not gone to train, no? You just learned how to cut and sew by yourself.
Yes, I did.
And then this Italian woman taught you a few tricks.
Yes, because, you know, for instance, she taught me how to fix a zip. You know, fixing of zips is a big deal in clothing.
You can say that again.
It's a big deal in clothing line, like fixing a zip, because you can finish everything and then fixing a zip, it has its own technique. And then I could do that, but you know, what is funny is that it takes me hours to make an outfit, even till now. When I just moved back home, I was so slow. But you know, now I don't really do much like I did when I started. So you can just imagine. But one thing I know about life is that whatever you're doing and you continue to do a lot of it over time, become really, really good at it. The advantage point I had was that I could train my staff, I could sit with them and make them realize my dream. And I know oftentimes when they sit with me, they look at styles I'm putting together and they're like, madam, how is this going to work as a top? I'm like, just calm down, it's okay, don't worry. You know, because you have to understand that most of these people are not as exposed, and they were not very, like, they could not understand what I was doing, because at the time I came to Nigeria, a lot of things that were being done is up and down.
Yeah, not like full dress, that's true.
There was a time when all we wore was up and down, up and down, up and down. So people knew me for dressmaking.
Yes.
I was more of dresses. In fact, up until now,
Short,
I don't
long,
think...
Yeah.
Up until now, I don't think I've actually worn an up and down.
True.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I just did not. So my mom, I got home, she took me some designers to make some things, and everything was up and down. It was at that point I thought, okay, you know what, let me have the same Ankaras and make myself dresses. And it's interesting, like my muse then was Tundun Abiola. Tundun is amazing. I mean, Tundun was like...
She was a friend of yours?
A friend of mine. And she used to wear my pieces. I knew she had a designer that used to make her clothes before myself. And she said to me, these clothes are too beautiful. It has to be seen out there, you know. And I remember from when she wore some pieces, then it was This Day. You know, This Day started in steps.
Yeah.
There used to be This Day Music Festival and Fashion.
Yes,
before they moved into Arise.
Yes.
Before, I knew when they were doing with Arise was international fairs, then before the magazine. The magazine bettered in 2008. I remember very well because there was a show we did at the Royal Albert Hall in London. Which I was part of. So my thing was
only
that...
1.5 years old in business.
Yes, in 2008, I was about 3 years.
Okay.
But before then, I also did Cannes.
Take a break. I must take a break. And I want to take, you know, what was it that gave you that vibe to do all of this? I'll be back very shortly if you don't go away with LDA. I call you LDA and I say, who's LDA? We'll be back. Welcome back. It's an interesting thing to be talking to somebody who's doing fashion. I love clothes, but clothes, you know, for what they are worth. I wonder, though, do you make a new dress for yourself every day? I mean, you're a designer, you can afford to do that.
Well, yes, I can, but from time to time, I make pieces because I came to realization...
Like this dress, now, how many of it do you have?
To be honest, this dress I'm wearing, I have it in different fabrics.
Do you name your designs?
I do.
What's this one called?
Well, this for me is more of a Chinese style inspired dress, but I see it as a formal wear. So when people go to the office and they're in their own suits and all, this is my own idea. So it now depends on where I'm going. It is my idea of a suit.
And you can make it in any fabric.
I'm telling you. So if I'm going for like a dinner cocktail, I could decide to have it in Ankara and have it beaded. I could have it in silk. I could have it. I love it because it's formal. and it can be informal at the same time.
Okay, so you're lucky you decided to do this business, you wanted to do a job, they said no, and you said, what's the point? Let me just go and start my business. But did the money drop from the sky?
No, it didn't. The interesting thing was when I started, I started from my parents' dining table. And I remember at the beginning, when people don't really take you so seriously, like, okay, she's doing this in the meantime, she's still going to go back
Your parents thought that was
proper
a joke.
work. Exactly. And I remember there was a day they had come and they could not come in through they came and they saw a lot of cars parked outside. So they're like, okay, are these all people for Lanre? It was like, yeah, they're for your daughter. So they came in and they had to come in through the side entrance. So, and I remember that day was when my dad called and said to me that, Lanre, okay, I think maybe you should use the next house now.
It's a twin.
Yeah, it's a twin duplex, because this is beginning to, and which was really, really kind of them. Because I was already thinking about where I was going to move to, but the thing is
that helped you?
That really helped me. That very definitely helped me, because in Nigeria, it's expensive. If you talk about when I started sort of breaking even and all that, that's like in the last maybe 4 or 5 years. It's
After
almost
6 or 7 years in the industry.
It's no, you can't, as in making proper profit.
Yeah.
Because you put so much into it. I remember at the beginning, there were times I make clothes for people, I just wanted them to have it for free.
You still do that?
Today, there are people I still do give gifts, but those people have definitely invested in me, and I'm really happy to do that, And when you talk about investing in LDA, I have so many people that invested in me, including yourself.
So what's the trick? What's the trick in attracting? Because for example, the reason it was easy for me, you were humble, you were not one of those designers who would stick their nose up in the air. Maybe not because intentional, you just have maybe your face is smiley already, so people warm up to you. But I don't know what was the secret to your being what you are. That's the point I'm making.
Thank you. To be honest, I think as a person on my own, I'm someone that easily gets along with people. That was definitely a selling point for me. And at the same time, I had something to offer. And
you were confident about what you had to offer?
Very much. I believed in what I was doing, because I see fashion. You see, fashion is, you have to be confident. And my style could be bold, but still classy and sexy. So I had that. And at the same time, you see, customer satisfaction is very important. And Nigerian women also have the way they want to look. Each client is different. So you have to really take your time with Nigerian women. And that was something I could do. I'm very, very patient. And,
you take a lot of